beautiful people. It is that time of the month. It is the first of the month, and we are here with the Essential Spirit Scopes for May 2024. I am Empowerment Medium Tara Diana. I think that's who I am. And this is the beautiful and lovely Nancy Christine Brady. We are both mediums. We are both here to inspire you with the wisdom that Spirit wants you to know moving forward in the month. How are you, beautiful?
I'm doing great. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. I know who I am. Deep down, I know
We
who I
figured
am.
that out. Listen, we figured the hard part out, so this is good. You're far ahead of everyone else who's trying to figure out who they are in this world. I'm saying, like, it's good.
At least no one's playing tricks. Hey, we decided, Nancy and I decided, everyone, that we are going to use the card deck. We bought 2 card decks in Sedona, and we bought one that we use a lot, which is a very beautiful, very spiritual, very powerful desk. But who goes to freaking Sedona and doesn't buy a Martian deck?
Right?
So we've never used it. We looked at it the first time and we kind of got intimidated by it. And then I was like, we should do the Martian deck. And Nancy was like, damn, Skippy, we should. So here we are. So lots of good things coming up this month for you and I. Lots
Yes.
of things. I'd like to celebrate that Nancy has joined the Sacred Goddess Empowerment membership. So she's going to be providing some of her goodness, which no one should ever want to miss out on, like ever. So I'm celebrating that with you. And then at the end of this, we'll go over some other cool stuff we have going on. But I just wanted to say welcome to the circle, Nancy. I'm so excited that you decided to join.
Yeah, definitely going to be enjoying giving some animal messages and all sorts of other good stuff. So let's get to it. Build that membership. Everybody
Build
join.
that membership. That membership is something else. So let's start though with I keep holding the cards. These are the lovely cards, you guys. Who's the deck by? It says Lisa Porter. So she must have had so much fun doing this. And I
Oh,
bet you anything she did this just for Sedona.
right? Like it's a fun deck, and you guys are going to see as we start to get through some of your signs for the month. Did you want to go first with Aries, Tara?
I will go first. Now, I would like to preface this with that speaking some of these words may sound very funny, but we went through them and we thought we can do this. So what's the first?
We figure we're going to get the most difficult one to say first, didn't you?
I am positive that Spirit just did this to me because I couldn't keep my mouth shut about it. Okay, so the first card that we get is Andromedans. Andromedans. And this is the card right here. Okay, and these cards are fun. I feel like we are watching Marvin the Martian, and that says it says, "Oh my God, Nancy, free will, manifestation, autonom. What's the word? I can say it in my head. Autonomy. I don't know. That sounds like
Autonomy?
Yes.
Autonomy. 3 syllables, starts with A.
Oh my goodness, we set ourselves up for this. At least I did. So again, it is, what's the word? Say it.
Autonomy.
Autonomy, free will, and manifestation. Aries, this is a card where they're literally saying to you, be unique, stand in your power. This is about you. You get to make your choices and stand by them. And remember, when we make choices, we get to have a moment where we're like, okay, maybe that wasn't the right choice. Let's kind of shift and adjust. Do not be afraid of things not coming to fruition the way you would hope they would, because there's always a reason. There's always something like a little nail that has to be put in or a gear that has to be shifted so that you can get to where you're going. I find that a lot of people really fall into that space of, well, it didn't work the way I wanted to, wasn't meant to be. Not so. Not so. So they're saying to you, you have free will choice. You can make the changes that you need in your manifestations, but stay within your power, right? Your power is what's important. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing in these situations. Instead, look at what you're doing, Aries, and you will find that you shine, and you will find that you will be able to move in the directions that you need, regardless of what's going on around you.
I like that.
That's such a cool card. One more time, just for
the fun art.
right? And then maybe everyone can practice saying the word. Anyway, carry on, girl.
All right. So for Taurus, you guys got pentagram. I can say that.
Of course, you got pentagram.
And pentagram is all about harmony, protection, and idealism. And I really feel right now, Taurus, for you, it's about stepping out of that comfort zone, taking what are your morals and your values and your ideals, and just saying it's okay to go beyond that. It's okay to test the waters. It's okay to go a bit deeper because you really are protected. You don't have to sit in that place of harmony all the time. Sometimes you can rock that foundation a little bit to step out of that comfort zone. And I really feel that, in the spring, and I'm a Taurus, we've been coming up on this sort of, yawn, bear coming out of the hibernation mode. And now it's really time to step into who you are, step into what you're doing and what you want to be and what you're growing and working on and evolving into, because you're so much more today and you're going to be even so much more tomorrow than you were yesterday. So I really want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on that momentum and that movement, because as much as you step out of the harmony, it's going to bring you more into harmony and more into alignment for the month of May. So I'm going to leave that with
Love
Taurus.
that. I love that. And it dabbles, as these all do. They all dabble a little bit with each other. And that just felt a little bit like it had an Aries feel to it as well. So it's a carryover kind of energy, if you will, please. And I do want to say this to all our audience that watches. Happy birthday, Nancy. I know it's not yet,
Thank
but
you.
this will already be out or out by the time it is. So happy birthday, my beautiful friend, my bestie, my mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, Spirit, give me a card.
That she can pronounce.
Here we go, Gemini. Okay. I got the men in black card. Okay, tell me this is not fun. I am having a very good time, friends. Men in black. Okay.
Nice.
Will Smith just came in. I'm
Yep.
not going to dance. I'm not going to sing. Okay. Stalking, intimidation, confrontation.
Woo!
I'll say that again. Stalking, intimidation, confrontation. Gemini, this is a card of what we call wariness. We want you to be alert. We want you to be paying attention to energy around you. I am not talking about someone hiding in the shadows that's going to pop out at you and go boo or is sneaking around you. What I'm talking about is, how is the energy working around you? Are there people, situations, circumstances that are not working for your highest and best? And are you aware of this? Sometimes it comes through, Gemini, in low energy, like you're low vibing and you're like, what the heck? Why am I so low vibing? And it's not necessarily you, it's the people around you, right? They're trying to start shenanigans. They want to cause trouble. And you just want to be like, hey, just give me a coffee and a chocolate cake and I'll be happy. And literally they're like, no chocolate cake for you. This is all about you having nothing. I don't want you to have anything. I want to suck your energy dry. And that's really what this card to me feels like. So they are giving you what we call that wariness card, pay attention card, be alert, observe, right? They always say be aware, and that always sounds scary when you say be aware. Instantly people are like, why? But literally, we should always be aware. We should be aware of our surroundings, our circumstances, and the energy we're in so that we can manipulate in a loving way for ourselves the energy to work for our highest and best. So Gemini, this isn't a scary card. Think of Will Smith during this month and move into the direction of just good energy. You'll know why. You'll understand why.
Yes. And the talking pug, because it just makes it fun.
And the talking pug.
All right, Cancer, you got Starseed. And this card is about self, memories, and identity. And I love that because, again, you can see the flow of the cards through the messages as we're talking here today. And this is really about stepping back into yourself, stepping back into, reflection of the lessons that have brought you to where you are now, but not sitting and staying stagnant within those memories, not sitting in focusing on the past, but focusing on the lessons and the outcome and the learnings that you've had from that into, what you don't need to, you know what your identity used to be, but who are you now? And what is your soul growing and evolving into? And that's what this card is sort of bringing us back to, is focusing on the self, focusing on who we are, that soul evolution. And sort of, you know, in this one, they have sort of the image of the fellow looking out the window, longing for home. And I want you to know home is here. It's within you. So I want you to focus on that this month, Cancer. It's really about, what are you going to do to ignite your own fire and celebrate all the wins? No, don't necessarily focus on all the past negatives. Focus on the lessons, focus on the wins, and then celebrate with gratitude everything of where you're at and how you're going to move forward to an even stronger identity and being even more comfortable in your skin. So I'm going to leave that with Cancer.
Beautiful. Can I remind everyone that although we are reading monthly, we are actually reading for the month of May. So the
Yeah.
fact that these cards all blend together or meld together in some way should absolutely make sense, because even though it's an individual month, we are reading for May. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure everyone realizes that when they start going, oh, that seems like it's, you know, very similar. It should be in some way similar because it's all about May,
Yeah.
right? May.
100%.
Can I say May anymore?
May.
May.
May you say May?
May I say May? As long as it's easy. May. 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 Okay. Let's go, Leo. What do we have going on for you today? And is it wrong if I'm praying every time I pull a card?
Because there's one in the deck, folks, that is a very difficult card to say that we're both avoiding.
Okay, this is kind of a cool card because it's like my last name sort of maybe. Negus.
There you go.
This is Negus. And you know what, Nancy, I'm not going to lie, baby. I'm actually really enjoying the cards, even though if I'm nervous pulling them, I am really enjoying the cards. I really like them a lot more than I thought I was going to. I thought they were going to be a really fun deck, but
Yeah.
I'm finding them not only fun, but powerful. This is lovers, erotica, and sensuality. Well, Leo, what do we have going on? To me, it sounds like there's a lot of work being done around relationships in this particular one. And I do want to go out on a limb here and legitimately say partnerships, romance. If you're in one, this is about a connection, rebuilding a connection for you, and maybe adding something to the fire. If you aren't in a relationship, Leo, this would be more about putting yourself out there without expectation, but with boundaries. And that is something that I feel is really important to touch on. When we go into, you know, dating, or I haven't dated in like 27 years or something, but once you go out into the world and you're dating, you want to not have necessarily expectations, but you want to have boundaries. You want to have hard stops. You want to have like, okay, because we're not here to waste time anymore. Most of us, I mean, maybe there is an 18-year-old on here, hey, who's watching this going, oh, no, I can date all I want. Hey, fair enough. But my point being in all of this is that card is specifically for people that are really looking to fall into that love again, or that moment where you're like, okay, you know what, dude, I remember what it was like when we were dating 25 years ago. Let's spice it up a little bit. Or even just get out of the, hey, we've just become kind of roommates feeling. We're comfortable, we're in love with each other, but maybe we need a little bit of something more here to keep the fire going for the next 27 years. Not talking about myself at all, but just maybe there is something going on there. So this card for me feels very powerful in a relationship or potential relationship kind of way. Ensure that you are not having those expectations, but instead having those boundaries. Boundaries are actually better than expectations because they are something that you put a lot of thought in that make it so that you can have hard stops. Whereas expectations, you can waffle. You can waffle a little bit. So move into the boundary, know what you don't want, know what your compromise is, and keep going. And for those of you that need to spice it up in the bedroom, we don't need to know. Carry on.
Done. Virgo, kind of a continuation. We got some fire here.
Oh, God. See?
So yeah, like there's, I mean, granted, she's got a little bit of a possession happening there too, which is, but I'd ignore that part because that's it's really more about the warrior and passion and fearlessness rather than the possession.
People look at the possession.
The girl floating upside down. I want you to focus on the triangle and the fire. And the violet flame within that. And it's really about stepping into your inner confidence and knowing that whatever you do, all that fear is the unknown. So you just have to take that one step forward. What is it that you've been really wanting to do that you've been sort of holding back on? And it's that time now. This is the month to step into that fearlessness, to know that you have that passion, you have that warrior spirit and that fire ignited. And you've got spirit supporting you on the other side. So for those of you who don't know about the violet flame, use it for cleansing, not a possession, as the card shows. And, really lean into the triangle portion, the balance of this. Because I do feel, Tara's trying to not lose it laughing, but I do feel that this is a very powerful, fire is always about burning off what no longer serves us so that we can ignite and grow from the ashes. Think of it more of a phoenix rather than an upside down woman. I'm going to leave that with Virgo.
Maybe it's the Martians bringing her up.
I don't know. Like, if you guys look at this card,
Yeah, it's a little possession, like,
it's
okay.
a little possession like. So I want you to focus on the positive.
Okay, Libra. Let's try to give you something a little more gentle. Other than possession. Okay, let's go. Oh my.
Uh-oh. Did you get the one that's hard to say?
No, but we didn't see this one before. Our Oboros.
Oh boy, that is a very okay. Hold it up. Let's see. Let's see what the word is.
Oh my God, I'm turning red.
Yeah. Well, I think you did well how you pronounced it.
Our Ouroboros. Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
Rubberos.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Infinity, eternal, past life. I'm sorry, everyone. Stay with us. This is for Libra. So this is really interesting because if you look at this card as a whole, the card itself, I'll show you in a second, is a snake eating itself. But there is a some kind of bird on top kind of lifting it up, and the people are inside. The person is inside like a womb. So this is a lot about going to backwards and taking a good look at what you've achieved and what you are trying to achieve now. So lessons learned. Lessons learned. They're saying don't go back and relearn them. Go back and grab them and bring them forward. You've already learned those lessons, Libra. So this isn't about you going backwards. I have no idea what that word means at all. But what they're telling you is that you have learned those lessons. We don't need to relearn them again. So leave them in the past, but bring the knowledge that you learned to the future. And this can honestly relate to past lives. There are a lot of people who go back and find out vital information about a past life that they can bring into this life and use. And that's the truth. Right? I mean, I've done countless past lives with people where we found out the little things that were like stopping them, like water. What's my fear of water? Why can't I walk past a closet? Why can't my kids play in the front yard? And we've also found some other stuff that's been just very simple, which was like, hey, you were burned at the stake. Okay, this makes sense to why I have that stubborn streak in me. And do you know what I mean? So there's lots of good stuff, but bring the lesson forward. Don't relearn the lesson. No need to do that.
I'm watching your dog behind you and I'm trying so hard to not laugh.
Oh, Sammy.
He's having a good rube over there. Sorry, Libra. I just couldn't. I was trying to hold it together.
He's all perturbed now. He's like, Sammy. Okay, it's your turn. Tell me about me.
Scorpio, you got Earth element. And this is no surprise right now. This is about survival, adaptability, and reliability. This is about putting some roots into the ground because you might be up here a little too much, Scorpio. So for May, what are you going to do to fill your cup? What are you going to do to just focus on some of the basics, some of the human basics? and then adapt and change. You know, one thing I constantly said over and over during COVID was stop, pivot, turn, stop, pivot, turn. That's how my muggle job had to had to function. And I really feel that for Scorpios, a lot of that with the earth element is about coming back to center and getting in your body and getting in your human, feel the feels, because often as spiritual people, we go up into our head because it feels nice and it's
Mm,
completely up here. So
mm.
staying in our body and that big trunk part of our body, rather than the branches, you know, or the roots, this is a reminder that if you have those strong roots, if you have that strong foundation, everything else is going to flourish and grow from it. So just be adaptive to the change. Don't be as steadfast and stuck as a tree, but be adaptable, be reliable. When they talk about reliability, what I get from spirit here is relying on yourself, because you have to put number one first. And
Love
so,
it.
you know, focus on that. And I do feel that, you know, May will be definitely sort of a pivotal change and upswing for you guys.
Oh, this is cool.
What did you get?
Okay, this is for Sagittarius, Lyrans.
Oh,
Lyrans.
nice.
This is a really nice card. That energy of that type of being is just so purposeful, right? And the card itself says strength, courage, and bravery. So, Sagittarius, this is about you speaking your truth. This is about you taking confrontations head on, taking anyone that is not presenting authentically and being like, no, no, you need to speak your truth. You need to be able to tell them what you're feeling and then be able to take whatever's dished out back at you. So what I mean by that is if they come back at you hard and they're like, yeah, you talking to me? You talking to me? If that happens, then you need to be able to say, I am talking to you. I hope you actually heard what I said, and then going and just leaving the situation. We don't have to over explain everything. We need to speak our truth, know that we did it for our highest self, but also in the end, likely more than not, it will be for their highest self as well, for them to hear it so that they can recalibrate what they're doing. Because when something really upsets us, the other person, it's an energetic exchange, right? So the other person, they think they're coming from their heart. Likely not. When it upsets you, people can say things in a way, and we can take it so much easier if it's said in a way that we can actually process. When someone yells at me, I'm like defensive immediately. I don't hear a word they say. All I hear is, ah,
Mhm.
the yelling or the words, they're gone. So that's why we talk about speaking your truth and coming from the heart. So if someone's doing the ah at you and you turn around and say your truth back at them, it's more likely they will hear you and they will realize that they've I'm going to use the words level up, but I don't mean it in the way I normally do, but they have ramped up. That's the word I'm looking for. Ramped up to a space that is not conducive to what they're trying to get across to you. That was
Mhm.
convoluted, but I
No,
think
it made sense. It did. It totally made sense. Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. Capricorn, this kind of falls along the line, and it's really no big surprise. It's the Galactic Federation. The
Ooh.
Galactic Federation is all about collaboration, meetings, and community. And so there's no surprise, because as Tara talked about some of maybe the darker side of this is sort of the brighter side. So where there's dark, there's light, etc., yin and yang. And so I feel that when, you know, you're shutting down people in the sense of like for Sagittarius, like Tara was talking about, who no longer serve you, who are coming at you. This is about meeting in the middle and finding out how that speaking your truth and how you can speak effectively and respectfully to each other to move whatever it is ahead that you need to. So for Capricorn, I really think you've been planting a lot of the seeds over the last couple months, and now this is bringing it all to the table. So bring your soul tribe to the table, bring your family, your friends, whoever it is, your coworkers that you need to speak to and collaborate with, meet with, speak that truth, but then plan and make and do and get big things going. You know, it's when you can get into that collaborative mode that you can start to create abundance, you can start to create new beginnings, you can start to create whatever future it is that you want for yourself, because you've got your entire team behind you supporting you. And so not only do you have your team here, you've got the Federation on the other side, you've got your spirit guides, you've got all of these people who are going to come in and help you through the month of May, as long as you're coming from that place of supporting each other, because it's that energy you put out is going to return to you. So if you're putting that good energy out, you're putting those good vibes, you're trying to have this very clear, open communication, you're going to get that in return. If you're putting muddy communication out, you're going to get that, and then you're going to get this. So really focus on bringing that into the community, clarity with how you're speaking that truth with your messages and what you're saying, and you're going to find a very clear resolve if you can stay in that clean, clear communication place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Aquarius. The Greys, short, timid, misunderstood, and shy. Now, this is a card, and we've had a couple of these cards in here. They're very direct in what they're giving. So a lot of the cards we can maneuver with, and you know, these are very direct. They are saying to you, this is, Aquarius, not the time to be hiding behind any walls. This is not the time to be kind of waffling. There's that word again, but waffling in you know what you were trying to make come to fruition here, because people are going to not understand what you're doing. So again, it falls back to the speaking your truth, right? They're going to be watching you and what you're doing and being like, I don't get it. Really, what are they trying to accomplish here? And although we are not here to showcase for anyone or to prove ourselves to anyone, we want people to understand us. It just makes life easier. So make sure that you aren't hiding, Aquarius, behind any walls, that you are not doing something that is not authentically you, so that you can maybe, you know, do the other stuff in the background and not be noticed for it. Don't be afraid to be vibrant. Don't be afraid to stand your ground and be like, hey, this is who I am. You don't have to like it, but I'd hope you'll try to understand it.
Nice. I like that message. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Pisces, last but not least, you got crop circles. How much fun is this card?
Okay, that's fun.
And this is all about messages, curiosity, and signs. I love that she put orbs on it with the crop circles, right?
Yeah.
The messages, curiosity, and signs. This is really about tapping into your inner intuition for May. I want you to focus on that inner GPS and focus on the signs that your guides and loved ones are giving you from the other side. Focus on when you're sitting there and you're saying, yeah, I'm having a bit of a troublesome month. Call on your spirit guides to come in and help you. That's what they're there for. They're not just to sit there and do facepalm the whole time while we're here in this human experience. They're here. If we say, please give me help, they're going to give you help. If you're missing your mom, ask for signs. Whoever's on the other side who's transitioned, they're going to give you signs. We are just but a drop in the bucket here in our little human body. We're a soul living a human experience. And so what is it that you're going to be in touch with when you see those signs that you know things are so much bigger and beyond ourselves? And then it brings you back to focusing on that gratitude for who you are in this moment in your journey. Because if you can see that there's messages and signs and that there's something bigger than ourselves that eventually we're all evolving to and our souls are evolving and we're returning home to, you're going to have a bigger appreciation for who you are now in your own skin, so that you can live life to the fullest and thrive with who you're meant to be in this moment in time. So I'm going to leave that with Pisces.
And that brings us, friends, to the end.
This is
Happy
the
May,
end.
everyone. Nancy, tell
Yes.
them about our special project.
So Tara and I have a special project called a podcast, and it's fantastic. And if you aren't listening, please, 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 on any of your platforms, come on over and have a listen. It's called Spirits, Angels, and Guides. Oh my. And we're on Spotify, and we are on iTunes, and we're on Podbean, and all, I think,
Google and all sorts of stuff.
all the major ones. And it's like sitting down having a coffee with your friends at the table, and we talk all things spiritual, and we just have a blast doing it. And it's been so much fun. So
It
I
has, and I was never going to do a podcast. Do you remember? I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do. And you were like, we should podcast. And I was like, oh, I should podcast with you.
and we just did it. Yeah, it was
And we
good.
did it, and it is so much fun. I thoroughly enjoy it, and there's lots of conversations, and we are getting good feedback, so that's beautiful.
That does help. Thank you. Please keep giving feedback. Follow us on our social media channels, because that helps us as well, and give us thumbs up on our podcast. I'm at Nancy Christine Brady on all the handles, and you are at
Spirit Essence by Tara Diana on everything. And that brings me to remind you guys, go register for the May Summit, the Soul to Soul Summits. It is Power 3, Body, Mind, and Spirit. We have amazing speakers. We have 2 full days of speakers. So it's free to register. Go and register so you can get the free gifties. And if you really want to level up, get the VIP package. You're going to love it. It is May 10th and 11th. And you can just go to the website and scooch around there. It should be right on the front page. And the other one is we have an in-person event. Don't do these very often anymore, but we are having an in-person Summer Solstice Psychic and Wellness Fair, May 26th in Burnaby at Bonser. All information also on the website, $5 to get in. So Nancy,
Yep, give them the website before we sign off, though.
www.spiritessencebytaradiana.com. When I say that everything is under that, I really truly mean
It's
even
worth a repeat. It's worth a
yeah,
repeat for people.
everything is under that. But Nancy, it's been a pleasure.
Ditto, my friend, and until next month.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow, but
Oh yeah. Bye everyone.
bye.